Mountain cattlemen are vowing to keep fighting for the right to graze cattle in the Victorian high country. But as rehabilitation work begins in the Alpine Park, the government says there is no turning back.
For the first time in living memory, summer's grassy high plains are free of mountain cattlemen and their herds. Environmental volunteers have replaced the stock, part of a $7.5 million rehabilitation program.
We believe that one day this could be a World Heritage Area. It is just such a magnificent environment, and we're doing whatever we can to restore it, to improve it for all Victorians, all Australians.
The state government says the scheme will repair damage done to the fragile alpine environment by a century of grazing and remove a host of weeds plaguing the park.
Putting in silt traps, catching the silt so that it's no longer in the system, so that water can go freely through and just rebuild the bog.
With the cattle gone, the government are hoping for an influx of people. Local tourism operators expect visitor numbers to swell by up to a quarter.
Work that the government has in mind here, particularly with the sealing of the High Plains Road and various information bays along the way, that if we don't get a 20 to 25% lift in tourism visitation to the area, we'll be quite surprised.
But the Environment Minister has antagonised the cattlemen, with his claims they've accepted the long tradition has come to an end.
I realise that the decision's been made, they're getting on with the job and living with it.
The mountain men claim support from the majority of Australians from the Prime Minister down and warn the fight to save the man from Snowy River is far from over.
Seems to show the general public are in favour of retaining alpine grazing, retaining the heritage and the history involved with grazing under a good, viable management plan.
Gerard Sholton, 10 News.